What? Ew.
Hola, Muthoni here.
What's up? It's Nick again.
And it's time for another Friday video. So when you see his face, you know it's Friday. And today we are doing a random facts video about us. And we wanted to do this as a mukbang because someone had suggested that we do a mukbang in our next conversation. But we couldn't find something to order for moi because people do not cater for people like myself, which is sad. Sad.
I think the plan is just to have vegetarians make your own food in the house. I think that's the reason why.
Okay, so I'll just make stuff for myself and then we'll do a mukbang in like the next one and then we can order stuff for Nick and then I can show off my skills. So yeah,
everybody wins.
We'll probably do that in the next video. But for this one, Nick was like about to head out and I was like, well, why not do a video? That's why I'm looking like this. I'm literally in my robe. I had just done my morning routine. And that's why I'm feeling hot because I've just had a hot shower and I'm in a hot robe under hot lights. So, hi.
I have a beard.
Okay.
Soon to be explained.
How did you just skip from... I'm in a robe and I have... Okay, I get it. Okay, fine. He will explain. Anyway, so yes, today we are doing some random facts. I have these papers over here. They're empty. And it's because Nick wrote down his... And I was like, I feel left out. So I just have them here. I'll probably like jot something down and not even use it. But, you know, you never know. All right, do you want to start us off with a random fact about you?
Well, it's a random fact for people. I don't think it's a random thing at all. I think it's a very good thing. I like to plan everything. That's the reason why I had written down these things, because I don't trust people and I don't trust how people react to things. So as a result, I don't trust myself to react to things. So I make sure that I plan everything from conversations to what I'm going to do for the day to time. And it's the reason why I'm a stickler for time. I keep on telling people to keep time because I like to factor in everything. If I'm going for an event that starts at 6 o'clock, I know it won't start at 6 o'clock, but it doesn't mean that I should show up after 6. I will show up at 6, but I will have planned something that I know will keep me occupied between 6 and the actual time that said event will start. It's just a thing that I've always done since I was young, and I think it works out fine for me. People might have an issue with it. They might think it's weird that because I work on radio, and this is something a lot of people on radio will not tell you. Very few radio presenters actually switch on a microphone and just start speaking. Even I can guarantee you that your favorite radio presenter doesn't do that, because I know who your favorite presenter is. I know the people who you think, oh, this guy or this lady is so, what's the word? Spontaneous. They're so spontaneous, they're so wild, they're so off the cuff. It's bullshit. 98% of radio presenters script all the stuff they say on air, which is, some do it like they'll actually write down. Mm-hmm. They'll actually write it down like word for word, like, hey, welcome to this show. Are you having a great day? I am. Obviously, they won't say that way. A good radio presenter won't. A shit one will. But most of them, yeah, very few presenters are off the cuff, because that's a skill. That's something that comes with like 20 years of experience. So I am one of those presenters who write everything down. Like, I make sure that everything I am saying on air makes perfect sense and it economizes on time, because also it's a radio station, it's about the music. Radio presenters talk too much. I hate presenters who talk a lot too. So that's just why, one of the many reasons why I like to plan everything and I like to write it all down. It works for me, and I think I do it well, and it helps me manage my time.
So you plan everything. You said even conversations.
Yes, even conversation. I try to plan everything and leave as little room for spontaneity as possible, because I know I can't stop someone else from being spontaneous. I can't stop you from reacting a certain way, or a different way from what I expected. So I'll leave room for that, but I will try to make sure that if I am meeting you to talk about why we need to drink more water, I will in my head come up with, what if she says, oh, I don't drink water because I don't have an app? I'll be like, okay, so you can refer to this app. What if she says, I don't drink water because I keep forgetting? Think of a way of making her remember. Like, stuff like that. I think it makes sense. It makes sense to me. I don't know.
No, it's because
sounds like it doesn't make sense to you.
It's actually not that. It got me thinking, because I was like, oh, so he plans everything.
Well, I try to plan as much as possible, yes.
No, because now I'm like, so there's certain things you've done that you planned that weren't good.
Well.
So technically, yeah. So you... Okay. I'm a spontaneous person, so... I plan, but I'm also spontaneous. Like, there's stuff that I'll plan, like when I'm... Actually, stuff that I plan is work. Work and sometimes time. But the rest of the stuff, like... Because I can be working and then I decide, okay, maybe I'm tired of doing this. So what do we do now? And then I decide to go get plants and, decorate a room. I go with my feelings. I operate from a point of... I flow with my feelings. Let me say that. Yeah. Okay, so my first random fact, because it has to be random. My first random fact is... I'm 29. No, that's not it. Actually, I should have written shit down. No, it's because I haven't thought of it. My first random fact is I've only been in 3 relationships in my entire life. 3 actual relationships. This being the 3rd one. So, yeah.
I guess you would say the 3rd time's a charm. No.
It's just like that. It's such a cliche term. And I'm like, what's...
It's all right. I get it.
Because, it's not like my other 2 relationships are horrible. We just parted ways for various reasons. We didn't, have nasty breakups or anything like that. It was just, stuff wasn't working out because one was about distance. The other one was we weren't the people we thought we were. It looked good on paper for the 2nd relationship. It looked good on paper, but that was it. It wasn't really that.
Contrary to what many people think, I'm not an introvert at all. In fact, I'm quite the extrovert. The only thing is I'm just very selective. I'm quiet in a lot of settings because, to be honest, a lot of the conversations bore me. And the reason they bore me is because a lot of people, or I find myself, which is actually my fault now that I think about it, I find myself in situations where people are talking about people. And I hate talking about people. I like talking about things people are doing, like ideas, which is why, my best friend and I like talking about theories on aliens, conspiracy theories, politics type stuff. That I'm fine having conversations about, which that's actually the reason why I have such a good time at this bar I used to go to, because a lot of the conversations were always about politics, as opposed to when people are talking about other guys yo, I was at this party, yo, this guy fucks all these women and this. I'm not a fan of such because I just feel some type of way. I don't know what that feeling is, but I don't like it. But I find myself in situations where a lot of those conversations are what's happening. So I just keep quiet and I listen. I won't lie. I listen and I use some of those things
on radio.
On radio, I'll use some of them when I'm writing scripts, but I won't participate in them because I just feel some type of way.
So you are those people who just listen and then go snitch?
No, I wouldn't. That's the thing. Because even when I talk about it on radio, I don't say, yo, I know someone who did this, or I heard a story about someone who did this and did this. I will talk about, do you think that humans are do you think a human being would be justified to do this? Because here is a scenario, then I'll paint that out. It's just, I don't find conversations about people like, hey, did you hear what Nani did? This guy, Maze, he's so weird I don't find those conversations fun, so I just stay away.
Bouncing off on yours is, I'm an extrovert, but I don't like people that much. Like, I don't like crowds. I don't like...
Kind of beats the purpose.
No, but okay, my issue with people is, I think it's the same thing with you. It's the conversations that are being had. Like, that's why, like, these two friends I really like hanging out with, and they're ladies. And it's because whenever we're together, all the conversations we have are so... Like, when the three of us are together, we will literally talk about everything but men. Because, like, a lot of women, like, I don't know if it's a stereotype or what, but I've been in rooms where when there's a lot of women, all they talk about is guys and relationships and dudes and all that kind of stuff. But then for me, I found it very interesting that when the three of us are together, we'll talk about, like, the craziest of things. We'll talk about very different, amazing, interesting topics, but we'll never discuss men. Like, it starts with, oh, how is Nick doing? Good. And then that's as far as that goes. You get me?
Just mentioned as a pleasant.
Yeah, yes, because it's not about you. This meeting is not about you. Us hanging out has nothing to do with you. So why would we make it about you and you're not even there? As in,
this is true.
No. So yeah, that's I don't like people. People make me nervous. Let me see that. What's your next?
Again, I don't think random. I think very normal, only just a bit different from everyone else, because I tend to have conversations with myself. But the thing is, a lot of people say they do. And yes, they do, but a lot of people do it like when they are alone, which makes sense, I guess. But I do it everywhere, like even when I'm seated next to people, when I'm walking. So, because a lot of people tell me this, like when they meet me in the streets, and they're always like, are you rehearsing lines for a play or a film? Is that the reason why you were mouthing? No, it's just, I think better when I say the words out loud. So, and because I walk a lot wherever I'm going, I'm always talking to myself. So if you see me speaking to myself, it's not, no, I'm not crazy. Well, I don't know. But one thing I can guarantee you is it's just me having a conversation with myself about something. And it doesn't mean that I'm stressed. This is what I hate. Every time people, like strangers, when I'm walking and they hear me walk past me and they hear me talking to myself, they will always say stuff like, hey, punguza stress, or something like, you're a man, you can't have that much stress. Because I guess the idea is for you to be walking in public and talking out loud to yourself, you would have to be going through some very insane stuff. I had actually never thought about that until some random guy told me when I was walking along State House. And I was talking about such good things. I remember I was talking about how I was going to be able to find chapos at that hour. So I think he must have heard me click. I said something like, but if I don't get these chapos, this is fucked up. And then the guy's like, punguza stress, relax, you're a man. I'm like, but what? I'm just thinking out loud. Yes, that's the word, thinking out loud. I think out loud in any scenario, even when I'm like in a place with, if it's a party and people are just like next to me, I just do that. I don't find it strange.
So the same thing happens with me, but what I do is when I notice that someone, like, you know, when you're having a conversation with yourself, and then there's like all these people who, you're in the street, so people are seeing you. Because even me, it's loud. Like, I hear myself and then I'm like, oh, okay. I push myself back. I'm like, okay, lower the volume. But then what happens is when I see people looking at me strangely and I'm walking past them, I pretend I was singing. So I'll sing my words I'll just do
It's
it
a lot
in
of work,
melody.
though.
No, I'll just do it in melody because I'm still talking. So I'll just talk to myself and then sing it. That way they'll just assume I was singing a song. And also it's because I usually have earphones or headphones on. So that helps because I'll wear headphones or earphones and nothing is playing because I'm just listening to my own thoughts and talking to myself. So when I was 17 or 18, I knew I wanted to be a choreographer. Because one, I love dance and dance is beautiful. Not the one that these FBI guys do. Oh, I mentioned them. Dance is beautiful and I love dance. But then, so what I did was when I was like 18ish, I started looking into dance schools, but I couldn't find a dance school in Kenya that wasn't the conservator that was teaching people like ballet. And I wanted to learn contemporary dance. I wanted to do hip hop. I wanted to do break dance. I wanted to just be a choreographer. I wanted to learn how to dance. This was my plan. I was going to learn how to dance for the first 10 years until I was 28. And then at 28, I was going to become officially a legitimate choreographer. Then I couldn't find a dance school in Kenya that offered that kind of stuff. So I went into mass communication. That's me.
You can still learn how to dance. I mean,
I know,
nowadays
I will.
there are a lot. I know a guy who does contemporary dance. Alakok does body movement. And yeah,
That's something.
I say you should
I'm
never.
not too old for that.
You're never too old to do anything.
Yeah,
so,
I can still do dance and I can still be a DJ.
Yeah.
Actually,
If
now
you
I've
want to
decided.
do it,
I've
do it.
decided I want to live long enough to be a 70-year-old DJ,
Wow.
90-year-old DJ.
70. Wow.
Yeah. Even
Well,
if
that's
I'll have
cool.
here,
More power
me
to you. Yeah.
look at me. This is me at 29. At 70, I'll look amazing.
This is true.
Yeah. Hi, we are on you.
Oh, did I have one more? Oh yeah, I'm really good at karaoke. I just don't attend a lot of karaoke events because I want karaoke events that give free shots of tequila. That's
so
why.
if they don't come with
I've
tequila, they're not worth the hassle.
It's because if you give me free beers instead, I'll just end up having a lot of beers, and the more beers I drink, the less
more
enthused I will be about singing.
I thought you were
Here's
gonna
how.
say, the more you'll go to the loo.
And that too, but this is why tequila and karaoke works. It works like this. Tequila gives you a sudden boost of confidence, courage, and heat. It makes you physically so warm that you need to do something to dispense that heat. That's why when people have tequila shots, the next thing they do is dance. Or you take a tequila shot, the next thing you want to do is sing. So it's a thing. If you'd host karaoke, please just give free tequila shots to people who sing. Also, another thing that has only of late turned me off on karaoke, and this is just a Nairobi thing, I'm sure it doesn't happen around the world, is Nairobians' obsession. They're making karaoke become this music competition where the best singer, nowadays people come for karaoke to see who can sing the best. Karaoke is all about who can sing with as much passion. It doesn't matter how your voice sounds. It doesn't matter how off key or how on key you are. It's about how much fun are you having with it. Nowadays, a lot of these karaoke's, I'm seeing people coming through trying to. It's not a pop idol audition, bro. It's just, this is fun. That's why the reward is alcohol, shots of tequila. Have a drink, laugh about how crazy that performance you did was, and be like, you know what? I want to do another one. I've done karaoke's where I did like 10 songs and left shitface, and also, come on, it's a great way to get drunk for cheap. So stop
free. Because you'll just go buy one beer,
and then you have to get a cab back. So yeah, but I used to slay in karaoke back, especially between 2006 and 2014. Those were my prime karaoke days.
I've only sung at karaoke twice. I've attended a couple of them, but I don't sing at karaoke. And it's because of those people who come and they want to sound like they are Mariah Carey. And we're like, wow, okay. And then it's like one after another, and you're like, huh? Me and my frogginess tunaenda. What do you want us to do?
And it's fine if you can sing, that's cool.
Just don't come show off. Like,
Well,
no, or even like pick a song that maybe you're not comfortable with. No, they're never fun because they're always like,
yeah, because that's the thing, because they take it too seriously.
Yeah,
then it
it's
stops
like it's
being
TPF.
fun.
TPF is shad, by the way. No one's going to come discover you. Sorry, but it's true. Plus, even if they discovered you, they're like super drunk. They won't remember you the next day. They'll be like, oh my God, you can so sing. We should do something together. They're saying that's because they took tequila shots. They have courage.
Or as Daddy Mato calls it, alcohol fidence.
See? Alright, so this is my last one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I've ever told you this. Maybe I'll shock you, but maybe I have. I think I probably have. I have chewed miraa.
What? Ew.
More than once.
That's horrible.
More than once. Yes. I think I've done it twice.
Ew.
Yes, twice.
Why?
Once with njugu and once with chewing gum.
With Big G.
See, I was trying to see how it works. I had a lot of chewing gum. Woke up the next day and I was in pain.
You became a Joseph.
It was like, it was painful.
Was it fun though?
Doing it, was it fun?
It's supposed to keep you up, right?
Yes, and I did stay up all night.
Cool.
And went to work the next day.
And you weren't tired?
No.
Nice.
But then when I went home, I just blacked out. I couldn't remember shit. I slept like a log.
I don't think I like that part.
And like, it doesn't taste like, when people think, you're just chewing leaves, it's actually tasty. Kwanza when you do there's that, that one when you chana because it's called chanaing anyway. Chanaing. Yeah, the custom. I didn't like the leaves. I liked the custom. It was very sweet. But then, not the one that was like green. That one has like a bluish, not blue, reddish, maroonish color. It's like a mix of a red and a green. That one's very tasty. I didn't like the leaves. I did not.
So that was the first time. What made you do it a second time? It must have been very tasty.
A second time, we were staying up. And guys were like, just chewing. No, it's because, actually the second time was because I wanted to see how people do it with njugu. Because I was like, you'll just swallow the whole thing. Because you see with chewing gum, it gets caught up in the gum. So it becomes this key thing. But with njugu, it's like you're not supposed, because here is the thing. When you chew miraa, you don't swallow, you only swallow the saliva. So you chew. It produces saliva, and that's what you swallow. You don't swallow the thing you're chewing. So me, I was like, but with njugu, you will swallow.
Yeah.
You will. So they say when you start with chewing gum, and then like when you advance is when you do njugu, because njugu
is for the pros.
Yes, actually that's true. Like someone who's done it for a while, or if they trained themselves with njugu. So me, I tried with njugu. Well, with the njugu, I didn't do like a whole nighter. That was like, I was trying, and like I was just finding myself swallowing, everything, because the njugu is not attaching to the things, and then you spit it out like after. So I was like, it was making like a big ball, and then you spit it out, and then you do it again. And I understand why they were doing Big G, not just any chewing gum, because Big G is very soft. Yes, because then it hardens, like when you put. Because you're adding stuff onto it, like the stem thingies and the leaves. So it hardens. So that's why people use Big G. So yeah, I've had miraa.
To each their own. To miraa, guys. Hey, I respect that. Do you?
That shit is tasty, by the way.
I have tried, but it just tasted funny, and I was like, what am I doing?
You ate the leaves?
I think I ate the leaves.
Because for me, I found the leaves very weird. I think they do leaves after they've given up on the stems. Like, as in, you're out of stems, but you still want to chew.
So did you do it at the base?
No, in the comfort of a house with my friends.
That's bougie miraa taking.
Yeah.
I think they call that.
Bougie, though.
They call that devouring cats.
Yeah, so we were cutting. We were chanaing. No, like them, they just chana. As we were chanaing. Okay, this thing just wants to fall, so I'll just let it sit. Now I have long red hair. Yeah. So that was me.
And that was me.
What you think? Was there anything that shocked you? Okay, other than the miraa thing. Is there anything you were like, interesting? interesting. And is there anything that we said that you were like, but I knew that already? You know? So, tell us what you think in the comments below. If you have not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Especially because you're already here and you've watched this video this far. Please subscribe. And then we'll pick up on Monday with another video of the house makeover. Yes. And Nick will be back on Friday. And I'll do my best to make sure that I do the Monday, Wednesday video. This week, I did, this particular week, I did Tuesday, Wednesday, Friday. Cool. Next week, I'm gonna aim to do the Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I'm aiming, like, it's because I've been busy, man. I have not been sleeping. So, yay! I should probably go back to chewing miraa. Give this video a thumbs up if you liked it. And also don't forget to give us, suggestions of videos you want us to discuss. There's some that you've given us, but we like talking finances. That's the one we've been asked to talk about a lot. We are going to do a video.
Thing you told me about.
Yes, I'm announcing that after this. So the video about finances we'll do, but we won't do it now because we're still working on our finances. So once we feel like we've figured ourselves out, and because we can't be here telling you, oh, do this, and we don't do it, like, yeah. So definitely working on that finances video. Also, we want to do a Q&A video in the next 2 weeks. So we'll do a video next week, then the one after that will be a Q&A. So if you have any questions for us, please,
within limits, I would like to think.
Just ask, and then we will decide which ones we'll answer. Like, if we feel like something has gone too far, of course, we'll be like, but then just leave your questions in the comment section of this video, the next video, on our socials. If you want to be anonymous, you can DM us and we will leave your name out of it. You can DM either myself or Nick and then just say Q&A, like type the word, just type Q&A and then your question. That way we can, tell apart which questions are for the Q&A and which ones are just normal everyday questions. Yay! Yes, that is today's video.
Till the next time.
Till next time.